6 teams remain, only 4 will succeed, and we will say goodbye to 2. This is the final day of Swiss for Predator League PH qualifiers, and it is going to be a slobber knocker of a series between these 6 teams. My name is Bluey, and I am joined by the one and only Ramon. How are we doing so far in this Predator League qualifiers for the Philippines, brother?
Hey, it's 3 days in. Talagang last day of Swiss pa nga naman, and it's been one heck of a banger. We've settled in, we know who the favorites are, and we kind of have an idea of how the power levels go in terms of how this tournament has been going. May mga malalaglag, may mga move forward into the playoffs very early on, so I'm super excited to find out how this unfolds.
Absolutely. I'm so stoked for all of the things that we're going to be heading into today. But before we head into a lot of the things that we will be going for today, we're going to be thanking the people that make these events possible. And that is going to be the Games and Amusement Board, as Predator Gaming is authorized to officiate Predator League PH qualifiers as an official tournament registered under the supervision of the Games and Amusement Board in the Philippines. Ayan. So maraming salamat po, Games and Amusement Board, as you guys are the ones that make these tournaments possible and make other tournaments possible that make our jobs worthwhile. Ayan, Ramon, napakagaling naman talaga. Pero pag-usapan naman natin ng tournament. Ramon, give us a quick rundown of what happened in the last few days of this Swiss stage.
Look, it's heartbreaking kasi may mga exciting teams coming in. We have Team Secret na nasabi natin, wildcard yung roster nga naman nila, nalaglag agad dahil sa stability ng ilang mga teams natin dito. We also have Drip Cash. Very exciting sana yung roster nila, lalo na't nakabalik na si McCoy after an absentee doon sa kanyang first day of the Swiss. Pagkabalik niya dito, maayos yung impact nung una, pero medyo nawala na nung nakaabot na sa mga later stages of our game, which was also an opportunity para makapag-rise up yung mga ilang mga teams natin dito na Swiss pa rin. We have yung mga players natin na Olfu, Ember Phoenix finding their form, yung mga players natin on DLSU finally getting a little bit more confident pagtapos ng second day of group stages natin. Very similar lang yun ang naging istorya ng collegiate teams natin. Ngayon magtatambalan sila para sa ating third day. We also have yung ating tournament favorites nga naman overall, Sipto at saka Oasis Gaming. Parang Wednesday lang para sa kanila. Yun yung naging second day of Swiss stages. Kaya ngayon, ang resulta, maglalaban-laban din sila ulit ngayon para sa susunod nating laro.
And that is absolutely amazing. But right now, let's move into our roadmap for this whole tournament. If you guys are just tuning in now, for the past 3 days, this has been our group stage, and this is going to be Mr. Ramon to give us a quick rundown of things here on our roadmap.
Of course, I mean, I've been talking about the Swiss stage for a while now. It is a new coming addition para sa ating naging format for this year's Predator League. It's a do or die for every game dahil BO1 lang yung format for the past 3 days that we've had. At yung 4 lang na teams ang mag-a-advance ng semifinals kung saan duguan naman sa best of 3s in a single elimination bracket. Matalo kayo sa BO3 na yon, mawawala ka sa tourney, pero ang mga nagwagi sa lahat ng mga games natin on the semifinals mag-move on sa grand finals kung saan lanang labanan in November 16. Best of 5 naman dyan, at yung dalawa na mananalo dito ay makakapaglaro sa Asia Pacific Predator League on the way towards India.
Absolutely, and right now, it's not only the India spot that we're looking for, it's actually the prize pool of 500,000 pesos, with the champion taking home 200,000 pesos, second place taking 120,000 pesos, third and fourth place taking 50,000 pesos, and 5th to 8th place bringing down 20,000 pesos. So a lot of the games are incentivized. Either way, win or lose, you still take something home, but it is the passion and the vision that will be taking you over the line. And let's see the brackets right now. What are we going to be seeing right here, Ramon?
Yeah, I mean, very bloody nga naman yung naging round 2 stages natin. As we mentioned, nagkaroon ng konting test yung DLSU kalaban ay sa mga stable forces of Oasis. So they're down in that 1-1. Sipto Esports just completely shutting down PH Rejects in their conquest overall. And down in towards that 0-1 bracket, we've also seen yung rise ng KDM against Team Secret na masabi natin ay a surprising attempt, pero medyo hindi nga lang kasi nag-practice nga yung best of the local scene nga naman dito for Kadiliman, whereas Olfu Ember Phoenix as well, medyo kakaiba na yung naipakita compared to their day 1 woes. So kalaban nila ang naging Drip Cash, maayos yung naging early game, kaya nag-round out na yung round 3 natin na games. Kaya dito pa lang sa ating schedule, bakbakan at kumpakbakan na ito dahil puro revenge matches ang makikita natin ngayon, Mr. Bluey.
Absolutely. I mean, Oasis and Sipto, they have faced each other before in multiple occasions, and their score is tied by 1-1, and this will be the tiebreaker. As for our second match for today, DLSU versus Ember Phoenix. These guys have been the finalists for Campus Rivals earlier this year, and this is going to be a grudge match between these two teams. And lastly, we're going to be having PH Rejects going against KDM, the doubted team versus the Rejects team. This is going to be something of a banger, and every match would be overtime in my books, but we'll see what will happen here for our matches for today. I'm so excited for this, Ramon. How about you?
Yeah. Me too, man. I mean, nothing gets me more pumped up than good old Valorant in my opinion of the day. Considering the context of every single BO1 that we have also, mas lalo pang tumataas yung stakes. Lalo na't hindi lang yung magiging spots natin sa playoffs, yung labanan natin dito, pero pati na rin ang ating pride on the line. Dahil if you remember correctly, na-mention mo na kanina yung ibang mga storya para sa games natin. Ulitin ko lang ngayon, no? Sipto versus Oasis, nagkalabanan na 2 times this year of the 2025. Unang laban nila, it was in Locked and Loaded. Grand Finals pa yun no? 3-1 ang naging score at ang nagwagi doon na ay ang Sipto Esports. So sila pa lang yung may first blood ng time na yon. Pero nung nulaban sila dito sa VCL SA Split 3, ang Oasis Gaming naman ang nangwagi. Granted, BO1 siya, pero a win is a win in the book of Oasis. Kaya tiebreaker na to, kumbaga para sa ating magiging parehong kupunan. And overall, wala namang playoff spot ng pinaglalaban dito Pareho na silang qualified sa playoffs technically. Pero ang pinaglalaban dito ng Oasis Gaming at saka Zipto ay yung priority pick pagdating dito sa undefeated streak of 3-0.
Absolutely. I mean, these two teams have been stellar, but let's take a look at our most picked agents for this tournament as we head into this first match. It's still going to be the same bread and butter picks all over the board. Honestly, there's no changes. This meta has been here for a while, as you know, Yoru has been picked in a lot of high tier matches, and it's just an info gather at the end of the day. And then you have the bread and butter with the Sova and the Omen. Honestly, these picks are just, it's guaranteed for every team here, and that's something that you can't really get out of. So it's really where the creativity lies, where you will be brought over the line and take names and like win those games that are really important for you.
And not to mention as well that the variety is still here compared to the most picked agents that we have ngayon. There's also the possibility of them actually ignoring some of the ciphers, some of the info gatherers na meron tayo dito. Syempre, pivotal pa rin na kailangan mo ng recon agent, pero it's a matter of what type of recon agent you would like to have for you. Kung Sunset, kumbaga, kung mga games na let's say Lotus or yung mga games natin na Ascent, usually yung Sova, yung magre-reign supreme nga naman sa ganitong mga sitwasyon. Minsan sa Bind at saka sa mga smaller maps natin, katulad ng Split as well, si Fade ang mismo natin makikitang priority pick dito. Or malay mo, gusto nyo talaga na maging doble sure, doble sigurado sa atin dalawang recon agent na lang, pero that is up to the players na meron din silang chance na i-pick yung mga agents na ito.
Wag na natin patagalin pa, Ramon. Let's get straight into the team profiles of our first team of the day. It is gonna be none other than your boys here at Sipto Esports. This team has been a really, really good team to begin with. Honestly, Sipto Esports, they have been marching up the brackets, being able to secure those wins with ease. Team play has been the bread and butter and the cherry on top for these players, as happy faces are gonna be blessing your screens right now, all the way from Sipto Esports' very own team POVs. Ayan, napakagaling talaga ng team na to, and they are a force to be reckoned with and something to be watched talaga whenever you get into Predator League Philippine qualifiers. Ayan, really just making their way in this upper bracket. Amazing.
This is their first time as well na makikita natin yung buong roster na to na makarating dito sa Predator League. At granted na yung ibang mga Filipino players natin ay medyo veterano na pagdating dito sa laruan. This whole roster, if sama-sama ng mga imports, ito pa lang yung first time na nakikita natin maglaro sila sa Predator League, and literally they came out with a splash, ending up getting the undefeated streak so far. 2 wins dito pa lang sa kanilang Swiss stage, back-to-back MVPs dito pa for Riza, even if he's on the duelist, even if he's on the initiator, as long as he is on that comfortable role, talagang maayos lagi yung entrada ng mga players on Sipto.
Absolutely, but now on the other end of the stick, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be seeing the second team of this first series, and it is going to be none other than Oasis Gaming, another force to be reckoned with in this tournament. I mean, yes, this team has been known to take the title of Predator League champion in the Philippines before. Can they make it with this new roster? That is the question, but right now, we're going to be seeing their faces, and let's have a quick vibe check of the players. Still the same, still smiles across the board. No pressure on them whatsoever. It's just going to be another day in the office as they have faced this team before, Ramon.
They have. It's been a while since we've seen them face up against each other. Again, back over at VCL, where it was Oasis who had the last laugh at the end of the day. And the thing about this Oasis roster is that they're the more stable force that we've had coming into this. Maayos ang team play. Hindi lang nagsa-stand out yung isa sa isa't isa. Talagang maayos yung paglalaro nila with each other. Oo, MVP si Marky back-to-back katulad ni Riza. Pero yung mas nagsa-stand out dito is how well they make the most out of the positions from these players. Yung pag-push ni Zeus, laging natitrade kapag ka napapatay siya agad. Yung stability ni Slatom sa position niya on the controller role is always something that they kinda make the most out of as well. And si Zind, yung flexibility niya as a player, pwede siya mag-duelist, pwede siya mag-sentinel, pwede din siya mag-controller, which is also one of the things that we also are kind of surprised from him kasi one trick jet yung nakikita natin niya from the previous Predator Leagues, but now he is in this Oasis roster blending mixes with a lot of the best players dito sa Pilipinas and now hunting for their first trophy as this roster, not as an organization kasi they're known to win.
Absolutely, man. I mean, these rosters are just absolutely crazy. But I want to talk a little bit about Oasis with the way that they have been playing this whole tournament. I mean, seeing as though their performance with both of the teams that they faced were really just night and day with the dominance that they had. Honestly, this is not a stretch to call this.
Well, I mean, mukhang na speechless pa nga uli kami, no? Para sa kung gaano kalakas na naging power ng parehong teams natin dito. Pero overall, nakaka-speechless lang din yung pag-unleash ng peak gaming speed ng Helios Neo 16 SA1 AI, excuse me. Ito nga pala is sa mga pinapapromote naming products right now for Predator. And honestly, with the performance and the power that the Predator Helios Neo 16S is giving, it just does not compromise. Shop now at Acer Predator Online Shop, Acer Predator Shopee, as well as the Acer Predator Lazada or at any resellers near you. As well as yung Helios 18 where you can step up and stand out and be ready for anything with the Helios 18 as well. Shop now at Acer Predator Online Shop, Acer Predator Shopee, as well as the Acer Predator Lazada or at any resellers near you. Ayan, no? So habang binibigyan natin ng panahon para makapag-usap with Bluey later on, medyo maganda nga yung conversation in between Oasis Gaming versus Sipto, and fully knowing the fan bases of both of these teams, mabigyan natin a shoutout yung mga viewers natin dito watching right now in the Philippine qualifiers of Predator League 2026. Yan. And also Bluey, welcome back to the desk, my friend. I was just done with the promotion, pare. I just wanted to ask you a bit of a question, no? Sino sa tingin mo yung standout so far? So Oasis versus Sipto, kasi feeling ko yung pareho nating teams na to sila yung sinasabi nating tournament favorites. Pero sino yung favorite player mo, pare?
Honestly, my favorite player for Oasis would probably be Zeus. I mean, this guy's been explosive, just striking down from the heavens with the lightning bolts that he has. I mean, he's played Neon in this tournament for a lot of the time, so it is going to be them that is going to be taking the cake for me as well. For Sipto, however, it's going to be one of the duelists, either Riza or Fixie. But honestly, I feel like Fixie's gonna be taking that cake because honestly, I like the way that these duelists have been playing. So it really could go either way, but in my opinion, it's going to be both of those players. But right now, let's get straight into our predictions for this tournament. And it is going to be, for me, I feel like Sipto is going to be taking this cake just because both of these teams are really good with their team plays. But when it matters the most, people step up from Sipto Esports. And that is exactly why I feel like they are going to be taking the cake here, as they have what it takes to bring that heat into this match.
I mean, I like the reasoning around it. It all makes sense. Sipto has been the one who actually has been getting the stable wins. They've been the one who's recently been in the international. They've also had a lot of experience playing together as a unit as well. I believe the practice and the scrims have been working out for Zipto Esports, but I kind of want to go to the other way for Oasis Gaming. So far, their dominance in towards the Swiss stage has been a big note, and considering the caliber of the teams that they also played compared to the caliber of the teams that Zipto have been playing, medyo feeling ko mas maganda yung naipapakita so far ng Oasis. They've also have been preventing any team from dominating over them. So feeling ko Oasis Gaming will get this 1-0 for myself.
Honestly, man, it's been an amazing run for both of these teams, and I agree with you that Oasis has that firepower, has that potential, especially since, you know, they want to get their one back. They want to show that they have evolved from where they have been. I mean, seeing as though Zipto did take that 3-1 in locked and loaded, and then Oasis Gaming went back with one round against them, that still leaves them up by 2 games, or 1 game rather. So they really want to get this win today and really prove themselves here. But at the end of the day, both of these teams have already qualified. So are they going to be saving strats, or are they going to go all out in this match? That is going to be the question that everyone has in their minds right now.
Yeah, I like how you also mentioned that, no? And why don't we double alliterate it, no? But everybody should know that both of these teams have already qualified due to the 2 wins that they've had in the Swiss stage. This for me is just not only a formality, but an important point that whoever wins this, they do get the priority pick when it comes to the seeding later on. Pagdating sa semifinals, sila yung pipili na may opponent nila later on. So titingnan natin kung gaano kalaking impluwensya nga naman para sa kung sino man naman nanalo dito for when we do head over to the semifinals. And not only that, no, it's just one more icing on the cake when it comes to the storyline that we have. Kasi pareho nga silang 1-1 sa head-to-head nila over the year of 2025, diba? Eh ngayon yung tiebreaker. Hindi lang yun. But if nanalo yung isa ngayon, tapos kung sino man yung natalo ngayong araw na to, pagdating sa grand finals, eh mananalo mismo yung team na yon. Magandang revenge story at maganda ding ending sa ating Philippine qualifiers.
I mean, that's crazy to say. I mean, the last day of Swiss is going to be a banger, but let's head straight into our agent select as we're going to be seeing what the picks are for both of these teams. We're going to be seeing Pearl for the first time in this Swiss stage, as we're going to be seeing Yoru, Sova, going to be picked. Most pick agents nga naman sila, but a little bit of a switch up to the smokes as no Omen is found, and it is going to be Killjoy. That's going to be the common denominator here for the Sentinel role. But when it comes to the fast entry, it's actually going to be, you know, Neon and Jet. So it's going to be the difference maker for both of these teams. I mean, they have that Yoru for the information, and yeah, it's just going to be, you know, sort of the same play style, but with different types of utility.
Yeah. What I'm looking out for is that Ja is back on the Jet, and way back when in his South Built days, or even way back when in his Naos days, this guy was one of the best Jets in the Philippines. It's been a long time considering that this guy had that big of history. In the year of 2025, he hasn't been the one-trick Jet that we used to. Nakikita natin siya usually on the Sentinel. Nakikita natin siya mismo on the Smoker role in some occasions. Now, Pearl is a map where he can shine brightest on an agent that we know and love from him. Ja on the Jet, Fixie on the Yoru. So that's the double duelist comp na fast entry nga naman para sa kanila. No waylays whatsoever, so it's not a mosquito comp at the end of the day. But take an eye out of Rizzo right now kasi siya yung masabi nating ace so far for Zipto Esports. He's been back-to-back MVPs for this team, and I feel like with whatever is given to him, lalo siyang nagsashine with not only his utility but from his individual mechanical prowess as a player for Zipto. While on the other side of Oasis Gaming, Marky as the Yoru has always been a pivotal pick. Paulit-ulit siya nagiging MVP, not only because of his IGL prowess, kasi apparently Oasis has Marky as the IGL this time around, and it's been working wonders for the team. And not only that, may aim din siya, so parang fragging IGL na din ang kaibigan nating si Marky.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, looking at this, both of these teams are on peak performance in their top form as they head into this match. So it's really anyone's game. I mean, it's up to the coaches how they're going to be playing this, because I want to reiterate what I said earlier. There could be a possibility that either one of these teams, or maybe even both teams, aren't going to be showing a lot of their playbooks. They're probably just going to play this like a ranked game. Or on the other end of the stick, it is going to be a banger of a match wherein people would want to fight for that preferred slot here in this playoff stage. because honestly, it could be anyone's game at this point, and they want to save those plays that they have on their playbooks for the playoffs, especially since we are about to close our Swiss stage. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are in our first game of today. It is Pearl going up against both Sipto Esports and Oasis Gaming. Let's head straight into round number 1.
Gusto ko talaga na pinakita ni Fixie yung background niya na isa sa mga semifinals or quarterfinals players nung last year's Asia Pacific Predator League 2024. It just shows the caliber that this guy has. He pushes a little bit too far with Jad. That's a double peek, and that's a double swing from the double duelist comp. But Oasis is prepared for this. That's 2 in a blink of an eye to trade blow for blow against Sipto Esports.
Beautiful execution on that fight. I mean, this is something that you just expect from both of these teams. I mean, they're not going to let anything pass. They're not going to give any advantages whatsoever. And both of these teams are just playing it really safe. I mean, yes, you did see Sipto go in for that aggress on towards B. But then again, they were confident that they were able to secure 2.
Yeah. They keep 2 of the forces still on the B site. And I believe Hot Sauce is still well and alive as well. So once they have the info, we'll smoke out that B main position. There will be a flash for Don Romantico as he's priming up for the take with a 3-man stack on Oasis Gaming to fight up against the 2-man that is Sipto. Rizzo with the shot, and that will prompt them to go on the defensive.
Marky, however, looks for a swing, tries to equalize, but can't find it as he falls to the IGL of Sipto, and this round is just dwindling down to numbers, the time running out, and it's all up to Zind as Sipto is looking to close things out here. First round drawn in Pearl, and it's going to be going to Sipto's side.
Yep. Just clean cut from Sipto. It started on B and it ended at the same way. Sipto with the 2-prong approach with the double duelist, just working magic with those entry duels so far, and it came down to how they were gonna react to where the forces of Oasis are gonna be running into. Pushed on into the B site, and it was clean from Hot Sauce taking the double. Taking a clean sweep into the 1-0. Sipto Esports is really comfortable in their pistol.
There it is, an aggress once again for the side of Sipto. They know they have the buys in check, and now they're looking for it, but a recon bolt is gonna be taken, and it looks like it is gonna be going up to short. Slowly creeping up towards it, however, as they know that the buys are going to be on their side. But now, playing it safe, however, as a lot of Nebula smokes are going to be put down, and it is going to be a disengage for Oasis Gaming.
Yep. Just the value of what the Killjoy can provide. The amount of time bought thanks to the utility plus the molly, forcing Oasis to reset. A flood push in towards the mid side did not work out, so they reset onto the A side where they're going to meet Ja in the process.
Uh-oh. Looking for a swing, however, as it is going to be movement for Zeus. Swinging out. Tries to get a spray down. Ja takes down Slatum, and it is going to be flashes as Oasis Gaming come out of that fight alive. Guns, upgrades found, but HP bars are going to be low as it is going to be another disengage here. 40 seconds left on the clock. They need to find an opening if they want to secure this.
The A main position. At least they got the guns that they need. Oasis Gaming have been praying for an opening, and they found an open Ja. Rush on in towards B-Link.
Oh, wow.
The solo anchor that is Hot Sauce. He only has a Marshall, but these are low members that don't have armor, so this guy might actually be the MVP if he hits this with 10 seconds.
10 seconds left, however, as Oasis Gaming floods the site. They don't take note of Hot Sauce just yet as he looks for a swing. No contact found just yet, and still no information gathered here for Oasis. Zeus secures a kill on towards Eman. Hot Sauce finds one, looks for a second, finds it here. No adjustment found as it's all up to Fixie to fix up this round back into their favor.
They're both going to play safe. They don't need to figure out where he's going to be coming from. As long as he's going to push onto the site, he will need to stick the defuse. And we'll give info.
There's going to be a swing as Tesseract has the crosshairs on the head of Fixie. And that's exactly what we like to see. A close fight already at the start of this match. Sipto and Oasis equalize in round 3.
So much time wasted over to the side of Sipto. Because Hot Sauce, he was fully aware that they were pushing onto B, but he had no idea where the spike plant was going to be. He had to peek out to the right side, miss the timing as they both swing towards the house position. Just at the same time where he comes out of that same position, right? That's just confusing for Hot Sauce despite the 2 kills that he got. Oasis, with the weaponry that they stole away from that A main push and the mid push that they got, is able to open a window to push in towards that B site, kill off the anchor, as well as reconvene with the post plant. 1-1 for the scoreline. A push coming in on A main. Zipto have an idea that it will be that default play, so no early game shenanigans for both teams, as well as Zipto forced on the passive approach.
And now it's going to be very difficult here for Zipto. I mean, they had the advantage on the first round, but these rounds are just really put up close. I mean, it boils down to every trade, and honestly, with the way Oasis were playing that eco round, Zipto was just lost in there.
Yeah, it's just a matter of just fully knowing how to use the info given to you. But what if there's no info given to you at all, right? I mean, he's the only anchor.
Go, go, go.
He just had to approach the fight with the little resources that he had. And with a Marshall in close range, it's not really the best case for you. Oasis now with the best timing to push onto B. At the same time where Hot Sauce has rotated on the A site. That does give Zipto the opportunity to go on the 5v5 retake. But with the weaponry, it's kind of hard to put stock into the Zipto retake this time around.
There.
I mean, you gotta not count them out though just yet, because Zipto has been known to make these retakes possible even with nothing. And they're looking to try it out again as Eman is looking to swing with Hot Sauce on towards Heaven. No information still gathered as the shot is going to be connecting here for Tesseract. Eman and Hot Sauce fall as it is going to be Riza, Ja, and Fixie to make things possible. Spike reaching phase 2. Recon both going to get thrown out, and Oasis is looking to aggress this as it is going to be Zeus sliding into the competition. Fixie fixes up a kill onto Zeus, but Don Romantico Marky himself makes things possible as Oasis take another round for their belts.
Never
2-1.
ever.
It's cut and dry. They have all the weaponry. They still had the best timing to push into a site without that much resistance. And despite the effort for the double swing on Heaven, Oasis are willing to take the fight to them. Zeus with the push onto CT, and plus the assistance from Marky himself just made this an impossible task for Zipto. So many ult orbs invested for them as well. Marky is close with his Dimensional Drift. Tesseract is also close with his Hunter's Fury. That will amplify the post-plant chances as Zipto, they're looking to gamble this with an operator on Fixie.
Oh, but Fixie, no one's there to break that recon. Forces him to gate crash out of that position, but it is going to be a walk-up here by Oasis Gaming. Stars are going to be set, and it looks like a relay bolt is going to be catching Fixie. He has nothing to do, but forces the gate crash. A spray down from Zeus. Spots one. Hot Sauce finds two. As the Hunter's Fury is thrown out, and the game goes quiet once again, but Zipto has the numbers angle.
Zind, perfect timing. He has to go on the swing. Hot Sauce low, and that will give him the opportunity. Gets the double kill. That will cut off the numbers. And Zin even goes back towards B long just to make it an even harder post-plant against Zipto.
But there it is. They used up that Hunter's Fury in this round already too early. And Zipto has an opening here as it is not planted for them. As the shot is going to be found here by Tesseract. Riza is out. Ja finds Sue. Can he find the third? Zin is 1 HP. Sprayed down found, but nothing found for Ja. As Zin shuts things down. And Oasis is looking to put a dominant hand in this fight against Zipto Esports. 3-1, ladies and gentlemen.
The king shows himself. And it was Zind dethroning Zipto in the post-plant. What was thought was Hot Sauce's shining moment, stolen away by Zind with the lurk onto the mid side. Gets the 2 players. The B-long post-plant that Zipto thought had an angle with Ja's miracle double kill ended because of the swing from Zind, winning the 1v1. It's a back and forth affair, but Oasis getting the life out of the last rounds. As Zipto, they only have the pistols, which gives an opportunity for Marky to shut them down with the outlaw. That's 1 against Ja.
Found here by Zipto, takes out Slatham. A very crucial kill there, but Zeus immediately still keeps the man advantage for the side of Oasis Gaming as Ja and Fixie are down. Both duelists are out, but Riza finds a connection here onto Tesseract, the crucial kill. As they equalize, and Riza is forced to fall back.
They do. Pistols from Zipto at least getting some damage, finding some value. The position from Riza. Posted up on the angle, committed to try to get another pick, and Zind has to be the next victim.
Shot. The timing finds the adjustment as Zind finds the opening for the site. Comes a 2v3, no damage dealt on towards him. As he finds the adjustment, Riza can't do much magic as a slide from Zeus
Out of charges.
was absolutely phenomenal, and he is not stopping anytime soon. He is not throwing away his shot, ladies and gentlemen, as Zeus takes out Hot Sauce and takes the lead up by 1 once again, 4-1 in the 5th round.
The duelist Zeus himself arrives in style. Entries onto main and the slide in to slap in the face of the Killjoy on the other side. Ends it with a 3K. Oasis Gaming showing their life out towards Zipto. Showing that BO1 that they had in the last engagement that they've had against this team was not a fluke. It was all from sheer will. 4-1. Push shot in from Fixie. He is holding the operator again. He has to make sure that this shot hits, or else it's gonna be an awkward situation for Fixie.
Teleport gonna be found here for Marky. Information gonna be gathered here as they know the position of Fixie. Fixie spots one, but Tesseract is there for the trade. This is exactly what Oasis wants to happen, but Ja finds an opening, spots the clone, but Marky and Slavdom answer back with 2. Eman and Ja out of the picture, as it is gonna be a 3v2.
They still have entry on from B-Link. Hot Sauce just take care of one of the pushes, but he's still in the side. He's still taking care of the entries. Slap them in a 1v2. He's known to clutch.
Now, Joe not gonna be finding its tag. Spike gonna be in halls, gonna be forced to put it down as he's not gonna be able to take note of Hot Sauce's position. As he takes that 3rd kill in a very spicy manner with Sipto coming out alive with another round on their belt.
Yeah. He's not the IGL, but very well said. He is one of the more experienced players, so he knows how to keep his cool when the situation is on him. Hot Sauce moves it down to the aggressive players on Oasis. Ends it to the 3K yet again, even topping the leaderboard. 9 kills so far. 2-4. Si Mayor, mainit ang tutok ngayon, mga kaibigan.
Umiinit si Mayor ngayon. Pero yun na nga. Another round in this mayhem of a match. As we head into quiet zone here. Trench warfare once again. Hot Sauce looking to jiggle a peek. A drone spots his location. And that is information gathered here for the side of Oasis.
And the tendencies of a Sova makes it so that if you know that the drone is there, it's not a lone drone. It has multiple people on the site as well. Noted na positions ng Zipto, kaya they invest 3 players on the site. But this is Oasis Gaming's game plan. They want everybody to rotate where the Sova drone was, prompting Oasis to rotate to the other side. You see Marky as well as Tesseract work their magic all the way towards A, but the only guy that didn't stop them is this operator from Pixie.
Operator on the ready here. Gate crash gonna get thrown out. Clone not gonna be taken note of, as that is gonna be a fake out. And that gives a lot of info here for Sipto, as it is gonna be a rotate back. Spread resources for Sipto as Oasis are holding steadfast.
It's a fake out after another fake out. They prompted the rotation on B. They made their noise on the A site, but everybody from Sipto's not moving. They're going to keep their positions at a moment's notice where Oasis are going to fight them.
And now, it is going to be the fast lane going to get thrown out. The gate crashing towards it as Marky spots Hot Sauce. Gets him out of that cheeky position there as Giant Eman is there for the trade. Slavdom gets taken out. Tesseract and Zeus and Zind slams the gavel down as they are the judges of this match. Fixie, however, gets it down, gets a shot to connect, making things possible here as the clone is gonna get thrown out. Information is there for the taking. Shot connects. Zeus gets taken out as Dimensional Drift is gonna be used up. Tesseract, however, looks for a swing. Gate crash gonna get thrown out. Switch up of the guns. Arsenal on the ready. Looks for it. Doesn't get it. He does. As Fixie fixes up that round, and this is what I'm telling you, folks. This is what Sipto is known for. Team play kung team play, mga kaibigan. But when heroics are needed, Sipto is there to stand up, and Fixie is there to fix up that round.
He's taking names and taking heads, ladies and gentlemen. Fixie has arrived. And he's posted up a 1v3 clutch. Started with an operator. And does so with Yoru magic. It didn't even need a fake TP. He just needed a gun. And fully committed to the position, knowing that it wasn't going to be a double hole push-up for the side of Oasis. And a good timing on the swing as well. Denies any window for Oasis to win. Will be that low buy. Slatum on the Sheriff. Light shields across the board. And still the operator is present for Fixie. He is going to push it on in, but Zeus is going to knock him down with just one bullet.
that is difficult as we look for a swing, a full force coming from Oasis here on towards A main. Rush gonna be called here for the side of Oasis as they are not stopping anytime soon. Drone gonna be coming out and Riza can't do anything as they've already made their way on towards site.
That's the 2 versus 5 for the side of Zepto. Just after they tried to force a mistake out for Oasis, the push from Fixie. And just right after that, it was a double down for Ja. Unfortunately, in a committed position. Never expecting Oasis to actually be ready on the prowl. And that's the awareness from Oasis, right? We kind of talk about experience, where experienced players in their own right, experience in the clutch, but not a lot of people talk about experience in a way that they know that there's tendencies for younger players to push up just like that, and they punish the operator. They punish the second peak from Zipto Esports by the end of it as well, giving Oasis one more round to double up the layers that they have in terms of their lead. 5-3.
Yeah, well, looks like they just want to put a stop to the bleeding that Oasis did this round as a save is called here for the side of Zipto. And I want to highlight what you said earlier about young guns being aggressive. You know, seeing Fixie pushing up with an operator, they knew exactly what to do against players like him. They wanted to put a stop to the momentum, and that's exactly what they did. And this triggers a timeout here, and I'm suspecting that it is coming from the side of Zipto as they're looking pretty shaky here against this Oasis squad.
They have to. It's the reset that they're looking for. Need to calm things down. The comms might be overflooding. We've seen a slowed game from a few of the players that we kind of expect to stand out. Notably Riza. He is on the supported role at the end of the day, but kind of want to see a little bit more out of them, despite the star-studded clutch coming through for Fixie in one of the earlier rounds. The situation calls for Zipto to find a little bit more consistency, right? We need some more aggressive plays from Fixie. We need a little bit more of that consistency from Ja. At the end of the day, he's been hitting shots, but they haven't been round-defining shots coming through against this Oasis squad who just know what to do in every situation put onto them. Timeout out as well. We have 3 very pivotal pulse plant ultis. Slatum could just prime it up before they execute for that Cosmic Divide. We have Zind who can also try to use the ult as a reset on the post plant, or possibly just make it an easier execute for Oasis. They have all the options in the world, and it's on Zipto to try to catch up against them with the low buy that they have.
Now coming off of the timeout from Zipto, no ults found. It is going to be a really, really shaky buy for them as compared to what Oasis has. I mean, yes, you might have a game plan going against this, but they have 3 ults on the ready. They can easily take a site and play post here with the ults that they have. But as of the moment, playing very, very default here for the side as Zin spots a kill on Riza.
That's a kill on Riza, as you mentioned. And yet again, this is one of those tendencies where you have the low pistols, you're seeking an early peak. Does not work out in the end, that 50-50 gunfight for Zipto. That will deny the Hunter's Fury for them on the post plant. And at this point, they're trying to play for scraps, hot sauce, all the way towards the other side of where Oasis are going to push. And he's one of the guns that they're hoping to actually face up Oasis. In this 45 seconds, the execute comes in.
Shotgun gonna be connecting here for Zeus as Ja spots one. Eman holds the site as they're able to take down 2 of the spearheads here for the side of Oasis Gaming. Both lockdowns are gonna be initiated as we're gonna be seeing a Venn diagram on our screens. Tesseract answers back with his own as he is able to kill Zind out of the picture. Slatham spots 2, but Eman secures a kill on towards Tesseract, and it's all up to the Astra of Oasis. Slatham making a lot of noise here. Nebula gonna be used up, as it is going to be a Cosmic Divide. A pull used here. 12 seconds left. And it looks like they are looking to aggress this as a classic spots the head with Hot Sauce attacking from above. And Zipto secures that round in silence. 4-5. Coming off from that timeout.
Pure discipline on display for Zipto. The shorty inside of the Hall's position. Despite the opening for Oasis, if the execute is not absolute, then it becomes an even bigger detriment despite them having the better guns. Ja able to handle the over-aggression from Zeus thanks to the short-range gun. And despite heroics coming through for Slatham, he's not able to post up that much of a position because of the lockdown set up by Zipto. fully investing in their trust in the guns that they still had. And on the position on B as well, not letting Oasis get into the site for free, which was the call for their doom. 5-4. Will be a tech pause at the end of the day. Will not give it any space to talk a little bit through the previous round, but well, at least it gives us something to talk about.
I want to highlight something though. With the way that Oasis has been playing, Sipto was just really taking the angles that were, you know, in Oasis's favor. Because if you think about it, a lot of these aggressive angles are going to be taken from the defending side, which is something that Oasis has been doing really well in counteracting. I mean, we saw their games against KDM, we saw their games against DLSU, and they found those openings very, very easily and quickly turned the match in their favor. But now, Sipto takes note of this. JCL makes a call and says, hey, we just got to pump the brakes a bit. They have to come to us. So why are we taking these fights? And that's exactly what Sipto did in that last round, wherein they saw that they put Oasis in a position where they had to force a fight on towards the site. And Eman was there to lock down the site, as well as Fixie and Ja.
This is where the calmness of the older players from Sipto actually come in clutch, because in younger tendencies, or at least from most players' tendencies, if they know that the push is coming onto B, it's either they're gonna play for retake with all 5 numbers, or they're gonna risk their position and just play for the most amount of, or the highest percentage value play that they could try to think of that moment. In that moment, Ja just thought that it was a good opportunity for him to punish anybody who comes out in halls, just because he had a shorty in hand. Just because they knew that somebody's gonna come to that halls position to try to provide some map control. But he was only there to try to lasso at least yung entry fragger lang. Hindi niya na-expect na papapatay niya yung iba dito sa B main.
Absolutely. Could be a lapse of judgment from Oasis as Fixie makes his way on top of that box. Able to spot out Zeus. Not going to be able to take note of that situation, and now it's down by 1 here for the side of Oasis.
Masyado atang ambisyoso yung naging peak nitong si Zeus. He did try to go for that info, pero yung problema nga lang, he had no idea that the operator was already posted on the angle, prompting Oasis to go for the failsafe, push on in towards mid. They have a lurk coming down over at A main as well. It's either they're looking for a target or they're looking for a backup plan to push onto the link side.
Hot Sauce takes note of this though. The Nebula is going to be thrown out, but it looks like it's not going to be on the right timing, as Marty knew that he was looking to trigger that before he made a move. And he secures that kill, able to equalize here, but Ja is looking for a trade, trying to chase down from this. As it is going to be shots to connect. Dash going to be found, looking for it. Tesseract not going to be able to secure that kill, as the lead is still secured here by the side of Sipto. Slatham, however, is looking to secure the black line before he moves in towards the site, and now it is going to be a plant for Oasis.
The clutch coming through for Ja, the Hunter's Fury to try to trade it off. Zin gonna lose the fight, and that's a double kill for him. A 1v4 now for Morky, and he's low on HP. Gets the second shot, but does not connect onto Ja. On the high ground, triple kill from the Jet himself. Equalizing the numbers, 5-5, Sip to have tied up the game.
And those are the championship plays that you need to see. I mean, with every sort of angle of attack that both of these teams take, it's always a trade, but somehow, some way, Sipto is coming out alive in those plays. And it's not even just about the individual skill of these players. It's actually with how they've been playing as a team and how they were able to expect the pushes and the plays that Oasis have been putting down in this match.
That's the 2022 Premier League champion for you, Ja, from the old days of South Built Esports, showing that he is still a pivotal member for the Sipto Esports lineup, thanks to the longevity. Excuse me, he was not the champion. He was the grand finalist, and it was RRQ that won. That's KevC's first Predator League championship, just to give a history lesson for all the OG Predator League fans out there. But timeout called for the side of Oasis Gaming. They realize that the bleeding has further become a problem against the Sipto Esports roster. They're recognizing the split pushes that they have been doing at this point in time, and they have been taking smart decisions, not letting them get the site and making the mistakes being made for them. It's almost like Oasis are the ones who are slipping, while Sipto are the ones who are just letting them get the bait, and they get trapped in towards the post-match scenario because they're willing to over-aggress a little bit too far.
But right now, a little bit of trouble in paradise. as they have to put a time stop here, as Oasis is looking for an audible from their coach. Now a recon bolt is going to be thrown out, and it looks like it is going to be forcing a rotation. But that is going to be utility used up here for Sipto if they explode on a site right now.
It's also called by Hot Sauce. He knew that there was going to be some presence over on A, but his position is telling me that it's just going to be a bait and switch to push on in. They see Oasis players on the mid side. Good thing for the side of Zipto is that their operator is still alive, but you can't say the same for Marky. He is a dead man walking with low HP. They push onto the mid side. They need him to be first contact.
Absolutely. Right now, a broken buy here for the side of Oasis. Sipto needs to play this safely, as you give him a toe hold and they're gonna take it. They came off from this timeout. They have the coach's call on their side, but he spots the barrel, and Eman is there to take one, take two, as Zin and Tesseract fall, as trouble in paradise continues to ensue, given by Sipto.
They don't need to peek at this point. You can just try to give them all the info.
30 seconds.
They already got themselves connector control, letting Zeus play with the space given to him. The option is called. They got the A site that they can actually try to contest. Since Fixie has his back turned, this is an opportunity for the Link players to activate, but Hot Sauce is the lone guardian. Marky has an opportunity. 14 seconds, they have to push.
Marky looking to use that gate crash to his favor as a clone is going to get thrown out. Fixie, however, spots out Zeus. 5 seconds left. All they need to do is play for these kills, but Don Romantico can't find anything, as Latham is the last man to fall on towards Hot Sauce's hands, and they take the lead here in the first half, folks. Off that timeout, no conversion found, as Sipto bring themselves back up 1 round against Oasis.
Sipto is so calm in these situations where Oasis were trying to fake the push on the A site. They're not moving a budge. They're not letting Oasis dictate the tempo of this game so far. They're still on A. They're still posting the same angles. You're thinking about peeking the mid side, and it's a good thing that these peaks are not going punished, because Oasis, they only had the pistols, and they couldn't really overly aggress onto Fixie. That's why they reset onto the B-Link position. They push into Eman. Eman, somebody who you don't normally think about when it comes to the mechanical prowess, because he is the IGL, right? But again, he's a fragging IGL. He still knows what to do. He still has a gun. He's been hitting those shots that are very clean. Impacts the round entirely for Oasis. They can't push in towards the B-Link position as cleanly as they would expect because of his position. Which forces Oasis to kind of go deep into the bag of tricks, go to connector, go into that link position, but still, Sipto, both of their anchors on A did not move an inch.
There it is. Tech pause going to be lifted. A lot of options still ready here, but coming out of this first half, it could easily be a 6-6, as they've had enough time to recuperate, cool down Sipto's pants, and Oasis Gaming is looking to have a rejuvenated fight here in this last round of the first half.
Very far from the dimensional drifts. They're relying on Zeus to get the space for them, but the tendencies from Oasis has been noted about Zipto. They're not going for front-loaded pushes anymore at the early rounds. All that they're doing is try to play for conditioning at the early rounds, and then make a decision at the end of the day, which honestly Sipto has been doing a really good job of countering so far with the mid positions that they had posted to get for info. And not only just for info, they kill off half of the team when they overly commit into the site.
Right now, both teams are going to be playing safe, as 40 seconds has gone by in this first minute mark. Still, however, Spike still not being moved, as they're just looking for these openings, but Sipto's not giving them no cracks in the defense whatsoever.
It's a little unorthodox to openly leave your mid side on the defense, but it's only because they're relying on the gadgets set up by the Killjoy. You see the alarm bot over at that A-Link side. You see the turret also covering both sides of that connector position.
30 seconds left.
This is Sipto just using all their manpower on just holding the sites entirely, and now they realize that Oasis are just gonna butt load in towards that A site. Ja getting that opening will mean a lot for their defense now.
Tesseract is forcing this plant. Zeus secures a kill on towards Ja. Spray down to CT. And there it is, an adjustment found here as Eman takes down Marky. Tesseract, however, secures a kill and a trade. And now it is going to be a 3v3. Shock dart to the face of Tesseract. As that is going to be HP bars low here for the side of Oasis. Creeping up towards it, looking for a shot to connect. Tesseract finds Hot Sauce, but Trace left and right up in center. As Fixie brings it to a 1v1. We've seen him do this before. Can they equalize in this first half? Hot Sauce gonna be dead in arrival as Latham finds it. A rotation takes out Fixie from the map. As Oasis stays alive, folks. Sipto not gonna be able to take the lead in the first half, and it's like we just came back at the start of this match. Overtime is nothing short of a dream earlier, but now it is most likely a possibility for this match.
At least it's a tie. And it clearly shows the strength for both of these teams. The cool and collectedness from Slatum, fully knowing that there's still one player on the site. And it was clutch for Fixie. He got the 2 kills that he needed. Equalized it from a 1v3 to a 1v1, but had no idea where Slatum was slithering from. And the push from Oasis, fully gambling that A-site push despite the disadvantage in numbers. They fully trusted that he can still win the gunfights themselves. So now it will be the swap of sides. The push on in from Tesseract. Noted the position of Zipto. And Eman's gonna take that first deal. We'll give the opening for Zipto on that B-link position. But in the process, Marky and Zin have already posted up that B-main position.
Now Oasis taking a really aggressive angle as he does spot information. Shots are going to be connecting here. He's not going to be expecting this close angle as the shot is going to connect to his head. Zin gets a gun upgrade, but a lot of HP are down here for the side of Oasis.
They can push. They can actually push. It's a crossfire established for Oasis. Relay bolt out, but John never realized that Slatum is just waiting. He was waiting for the perfect moment. Cashed in with a double kill. And Eman, the lone guardian, he was lurking all the way to the other side, but just gets a shot on Zeus.
And it's all up to the captain of this team, Eman. Looking to move forward as Slatham is holding steadfast. Maybe the smoke on the ready if they need to, but there it is. A quick reaction from Oasis as they take the first round in the second half. Looking to set the tone for the rest of this match here against Sipto Esports.
Too many cooks in the kitchen with the call on that one. They knew that B main was already called off because Oasis pushed it up and they killed off Hot Sauce. They thought that the rotation all the way towards CT was going to be the better call at that, but what they never realized was Oasis was completely prepared for what was to come. He called the crossfire with Slatum and Zeus being the ones to try to hold it down for them. Made it a trap. And Sipto just walked into a meat grinder. 6-7. With the scan, they know that it was going to be an A main position. But Sipto have the low guns. They can't fight up this force that they have on the backside unless they win out with sheer gunplay.
Right
but Tesseract's also on the angle.
The Tesseract's already pushed up, looking for a shot to connect. Finds one, finds two! Riza and Eman out of the picture as well as Ja! This man cannot be stopped! But Fixie puts a stop to the bleeding. A 3K found with only a ghost at hand. Tesseract, this is the type of magic that Oasis has. That's one way to put the best value out of your ghost right now. Zin will fully expect Hot Sauce in this position. He does get a little bit of damage. And that will leave Fixie all alone on an island. It will be the ghost that he picked up from Tesseract. But other than that, all that he's just hoping for is the plant on the spike to give him extra money for the team. But it will be inevitable for that 8th round for Oasis. T-Con from Zind gets the shot onto one, so that's extra cash in the wallet. And it will be Zeus with the slide in 8-6 for Oasis. They complete the +2 round streak they got from the second half conversion. Call it an eco if you want. But Tesseract was on equal ground with this Sipto squad, and he was able to come out with 3 kills alive. I mean, gets a dink to the head, but that doesn't stop him from wreaking havoc. As Fixie was able to put a stop to the bleeding. Take 1 down, take 2 down with him rather. But at the end of the day, Zeus slides in and strikes from above. Beautiful execution there from both ends. Yeah, the thing about this is now that Oasis now have the low buys in time, they need to convert this bonus. They need to do something aggressive. It's not something that you're seeing right now on the screen. They're going to be holding the passive approach. B main
Locked down because of the Killjoy utility. They have Zeus set up to get themselves back on the overdrive, but he needs 3 more ult orbs. Zipto are wary about the possible aggression from Oasis, so they hold steadfast in towards their positions right now, letting them use a couple of seconds just to recollect themselves before they go on that big decision.
Stealing the show here. Aldrone gonna get thrown out here on towards mid lane. As Tesseract hides from it, but that is gonna be a lot of space taken if they don't do anything about it. Hot Sauce takes 1, takes 2, takes 3! What is this man doing? He's just picking them off one by one. Tesseract looking to make things possible. The spray down with the Bulldog runs out of bullets. As Pixie fixes it up, and Eman puts a nail in the coffin. As Zipto bounced back with Hot Sauce taking 3 to his name. What was this move?
This guy is insane in the membrane. 3 kills in the blink of an eye from that B main position. And plus, in combination of that, the Zipto esports roster were also making moves on the mid side, forcing Oasis to kind of react. They needed something to trade the 3 kills that Hot Sauce had on B main. So it was a desperate attempt with a peek on towards that mid top position. And Eman was able to stabilize with 7 to 8 Zipto. This is the best that they can hope for. And it's Marky now posted with the operator. How will he work this push with Zipto 5-man strong on B main?
That relieves the pressure. Aldrone not gonna get broken, but Don Romanticos not gonna get taken note of as he's gonna be able to take down Riza. It's gonna make it harder to push, but Ja gets a trade. And that's one of the hurdles that they have to go over. What they don't recognize is Zin has already placed himself in a position where his gadgets are gonna be holding down the site.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the perfect moment to push on in. The smoke can be placed down again by Slatum. And he's just going to play for those gadgets. He could also peek them one by one, but that's also very risky as the lone man on the site. Oasis are putting all their trust on Zin to hold this down. But he's been known to be very, very accurate with this Vandal. Especially with Zipto now. They're going to try to challenge him, waiting for the smoke.
Putting a lot of trust on towards Zind here against a full force of Zipto as they try to traverse through this site. Already broken that alarm bot. And that is going to be very difficult for Zin to take note if they have already made it past on towards the site. Zipto struggling to make a move here as they're waiting for the utilities to come up. Smokes are going to be placed down, and it is going to be space taken here by Ja and Fixie.
Eman has the space though. He's already on mid posted for the rotation.
Uh-oh. He's looking for a different angle as Slatham is there to secure it. Zipto looking to fall as Tesseract spots 2. Hunter's Fury, relay bolt found, but Ja spots a lifeline, looks for a kill, cannot find it. As Slatham puts the hammer down as Ja falls. Found a kill on Zeus. Impressive use of the gun, impressive mechanics being displayed. But at the end of the day, folks, it's going to be Slatham to come out of that alive. As Zipto is looking to crumble here against Oasis.
Tesseract with the clutch ulti. Just after Zipto decided to push, just after the call from Zin, knowing that the troops are coming on B main, he fully utilizes the Hunter's Fury to perfection, lining up 2. And that was just after Zipto decided to plant on the safe spot. That it wasn't safe, wasn't it? Completely
really
lining the ulti on the 2 players. Zipto flabbergasted just after the fact. All they thought about doing was protecting Hot Sauce from whoever was coming out of CT, but what they never realized was that Hunter's Fury lined up for them. But Marky, shot on the op, gets the shot on Ja, finally forgives up the snake from the previous round. 5 versus 4, Tesseract, Lone Guardian on the Link side. He has to be prepared for the forces of Zipto.
Right now, gonna be a disengage on towards Art. They take note of the alarm bot and they're looking to re-hit back on towards B. Marky, however, holding this with an operator as he has a laser beam pointed on anyone who decides to swing him. Barrel not going to be found, and it looks like he has taken an angle on towards B side long. Hot Sauce looking to swing, spots 1 as he falls, and that's going to be harder for them to get in towards the site. Flash going to get thrown out as they start to creep up on towards the site. No adjustment found, forces the gate crash out of there as he's able to find a kill. Zind locks down the site. Riza gets taken out. Flash gonna be thrown out here for the side of Oasis as he's gonna be looking for a kill. Pixie finds in, but Slatham is there to take down Eman, and Slatham once again finds a double kill to secure the round for his team.
Taking that back.
As Sipto is looking shaky, folks.
That is the two Cebuanos coming out for Oasis. Making moves on the B main spot that started with marking on the operator. Fully manhandling everybody from the long angles. And Slatum to close it out at the right moment. He peeks into everybody coming out of the smoke on the rifle. Sipto had no idea they were peeking out of the smoke. They had no business. He had no idea who was close, who was in front of their faces on the smoke as well. No opportunity to plaque the spike on as well. They knew that the threat was looming around that B site, but they didn't know what kind of threat they were facing when they pushed outside of that main position.
But there it is. I mean, this showing of Valorant from both of these teams, I mean, kaya nilang pagdikitan yung sarili nila, pero yung Oasis talaga, yung team play nila yung lumalabas sa mga sitwasyon na to. These scenarios that are being put up in this game so far, this is exactly why both of these teams are already qualified for playoffs. Because honestly, with the performance that we've been seeing from both of them, it's anyone's game at this point. Coming off from this timeout, JCL is able to find those openings, and he needs to look for those plays to make things possible here for Sipto.
This is what I'm talking about when I said that Oasis had the more stable roster, right? I mean, this is a team that has been practicing all year, perfecting the formula that they have been cooking with Zeus and Marky as their double duelist duo. But now it will be Oasis gambling a 4-man stack on A main. It will be the push from Zeus, the relay bolt plus the spam through the smoke.
There it is, a shot through the smoke by Zeus! As Ja falls! Striking from the heavens, the god of lightning is looking to make things possible. Gets teleported all the way off the map as Tesseract spots a kill onto Fixie. Eman, however, puts a stop to the bleeding. Still a tall order against Oasis as it is going to be a 4v3.
Eman's already on connector, and Marky is about to take note about this because of the dimensional drift. Sipto have to find something, and they did. They kill up Marky. It's a 3v3. B-site's also an open wide space for them since Zind is gonna play off of the flank, being pushed down by Zeus this time. He has to wait, and he has to wait for the perfect time.
Sipto cutting it close, however, as Eman is going to be watching the backs of Hot Sauce and Riza, already making their way on towards the site, as they are going to be shot through mid as Slatham secures a kill. Zeus finds another, and it's all up to Hot Sauce. The mid round, the smoker, the champion. Looking for a swing on towards Zeus. He's jiggling spots and angle, and it looks like it forces Zin to swing out, not going to be finding the kill. Hot Sauce trying to isolate these fights. Doesn't know where to look. Looks for a swing. A double swing going to be coming out from B long. As it's all up to Hot Sauce. A fast lane going to be found to reposition himself. A spray down, and it looks like it is going to be Slatham to take that kill. As Oasis Gaming brings it up to 11. One more round to match point, folks. And it's looking convincing here for the side of Oasis Gaming.
Napako sa 7. And surprised by the Oasis hold on that A main position. The smoke down, the stun. Hindi sila makalabas at all. So Eman trying to get as much value from his position. He was the one who was lurking doon sa may mid side. Ang problema nga lang, handa na din ang Oasis sa kabilang side ng mapa. Hinintayin na lang ni Zeus. And si Zeus na makapag-rotate papuntong B main. They were getting flanked from both angles, both link and that mid side. 7-11. Ulti out for Ja. This is the only contingency plan that they had. They don't have the guns, but he has to rely on the one taps from the blades that he has right now.
You should run.
Blade Storm going to be used up as well as the lockdown. They're looking to invest a lot of their utility into this round already, as Don Romantico been deadly on the outlaw. Can he spot one? Cannot find it. Damage dealt, but Ja secures a kill. Lockdown going to be initiated. Ja spots Zeus, and the aggression is not stopping. As the plant is going to be going down, Hot Sauce secures a kill onto Zind. Dropping like flies, Oasis is looking shaky here against this buy by Sipto.
They're calling for the rotation. Slatum and Tesseract have to play together on this one. The clutch from Ja with the run and push. Completely shutting down the operator of Don Romantico. And with the movement up on heaven, cuts them down to numbers. Now they know they're coming through the link side.
Spixie looking to jiggle this Slatham. We've seen him make these plays before, but Sipto is here to play the disciplined game as Slatham swings into 3, and it's all up to Tesseract, but it's looking like he's playing for the exits. As Fixie is just going to be running and gunning and jumping, looking for a kill. Spots one. Tesseract can find another. As Riza is there to shut things down. 8-11, folks. And Sipto is finding their rhythm against this Oasis squad, not giving them that match point just yet.
Ja is giving Sipto life when they're flatlining just from this Blade Storm. Confidently peeking on towards Don Romantico. And yet again, this guy proves that time is not a factor to consider when experience becomes a weapon for them, where he puts all his confidence in the push in towards B main that nets them the push in towards the site. 8-11. The game's not done, the fight's not over. Sipto have some life left in them, and with the push on in towards A main, this spells a very frantic fight against Slatum as well as Zeus, but they back off for now.
These two teams have been battling it out, showing signs of life here for the side of Sipto. Oasis Gaming needs to find an opening, needs to find a toehold in this match if they want to take the reins and bring it to match point. If not, Sipto will take advantage of these cracks in the defense, as Zeus is going to put the offense in the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, as Slatum spots one, Tesseract and Zeus looking to trade their teammate off as Fixie falls, and that is going to be the overdrive used up.
The good old triple push from Oasis works like a T yet again. And Zeus, the only thing that he's doing is just to get more info, but he does want to swing. Nobody coming up to this just to trade him off, but now that he's a little bit more safe, that will give a little bit more leverage for Oasis. Marky hits the shot on the up, and this will still a little bit more disaster into Zipto resetting on the A main position.
30 seconds left.
And it's all up to Riza and Hot Sauce. Smokes are going to be put down, and it looks like they are looking to force down this site. They're going to be meeting the crosshairs of Zeus, Don Romantico, and Tesseract. Playing the smoke, gets shot through it as it's all up to Hot Sauce. Finds two! Can he find a third? He cannot! As Marky steps up to the plate and brings Oasis to match point. Trouble in paradise no more, as they're sitting pretty and on the verge of taking the best slot here in playoffs against Sipto Esports.
Looking to go undefeated in the Swiss stage coming into the playoffs. Oh, syempre, Sipto already there as well, pero this will mark chapter 1 in their revenge story for this Predator League alone. If Sipto are going down right now, they will not forget what Oasis has been doing to them. The confidence from Zeus, the calls from Marky, stellar in their performance against Sipto right now. And yet again, Sipto, they're grasping for straws, trying to take some aggressive play over A main. But Oasis fully realized that they could just take the space on the other side. Marky is prepared with the operator.
And for Sipto, no room for mistakes. Joan going to be coming out, and it looks like it is forcing a gate crash out of there, as Zeus disengages from that angle as well. As we can see, Hot Sauce gonna be pushing up towards it. Watch one, Slatum in a prime position. Fixie, however, gate crashes in the right position. Able to secure that trade. A shot gonna be connecting here for Markinson, as it's looking bleak, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna be enough. Spray down from Eamon, trying to put a stop to the bleeding as Tesseract teleports them into a loss, as Oasis Gaming come out on top, undefeated in the Swiss stage.
Tiebreaker no more. Oasis Gaming, they want to be the sole undefeated team in the Swiss system. They walk into the semifinals, 3 wins, no losses. And they didn't want to take a loss into that Sipto win. Literally, this is just one heck of a banger of a match talaga. We saw the best come out from both Sipto and Oasis, especially for both of the defensive sides. I mean, come on. Sipto Esports, they did the best that they could when they started on defense for this team, and they work wonders, especially with their anchors Hot Sauce as well as Fixie. So many clutches for this team, but for Oasis, it was a stable force. It was the pushes on A main that literally was the dagger that was needed to backstab into Sipto. And so many times was the momentum almost gonna shift towards this Sipto roster, already claimed up by the names of Oasis Gaming. A well done effort, and it was off the back of this beautiful team play from Oasis Gaming.
And there's the answer to the tiebreaker, Ramon. I mean, seeing as though how this team has evolved, able to like get out from the demons of their past, just constantly as an evolving team, taking down a giant like Sipto. I mean, seeing as how the year started off, Sipto was looking strong. But Oasis did not let that slide, really just went through their training arc and just grinded through the competition, securing them that 3-0 slot and giving them priority picking here on the seeds of the playoffs. GG, well played there from Sipto, showed signs of life, and I was expecting an overtime there, buddy. But as of the moment, Oasis Gaming sitting pretty on the top with Sipto qualified, but looking shaky and has some things to fix in order for them to come out on top and put up a fight here in our playoffs.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because considering the ceiling that they have shown from us in the early days, we kind of expected the Sipto esports roster to be less shaky, a bit more decisive. Peaks on in from the duelists that we got from the side of Sipto. Yes, we've seen good moments from Ja as well as from the side of Fixie, able to clutch it out in moments where he needed to. But we kind of didn't see that consistency from Riza, sleeping on the wheel with 4 kills, 13 in the dying stages of this game in particular. We kind of needed to see a little bit more out of this young kid from Malaysia, Riza. Back-to-back MVP when he started in the Swiss stage, now faltering against Oasis. This might be a reason for him to come back alive stronger in towards the next times we see him in the semifinals. They did qualify for the playoffs anyway, so this will give them the advantage. At least this will give them the time to breathe, the time to practice, a bit of time to kind of reset. But for Oasis Gaming, this is a time to celebrate. They will have the easier seed. They have the opportunity to pick any opponent that they want. So they're watching closely in the broadcast. They're just going to be viewers just as us, Bluey. And honestly, it wraps up nicely because Oasis was just one of the teams that we've kind of been excited to watch all throughout the season.
Speaking of Oasis's performance, I mean, you can't deny that it was very difficult to spot out who was the shining star for this match. I mean, earlier in this game, I mean, you asked me who was going to be the match MVP, who did I think would be the standout of this match. But honestly, seeing as how they performed against Sipto, a very, very formidable opponent against them, it was very difficult to root out which the MVP is. So I'm excited to see what the stats say. But as of the moment, I want to talk about each player from Oasis Gaming. I mean, you have Tesseract being able to pull out those multi-kills, as well as Don Romantico just holding out those op angles. This guy has been a demon on the scope, on the sniper rifles throughout this whole tournament. I mean, put a scoped rifle on this man and he will do numbers with it, whether it's an outlaw, whether it's a marshal, whether it's an operator. We've seen this man play. And honestly, Don Romantico is pretty good, is a pretty good name for him considering how he's so smooth on that operator. But then again, good game, well played there from Oasis Gaming. Pero ikaw naman, review naman natin yung gameplay na pinakita ng Sipto dito against Oasis Gaming.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't the close game that we kind of expected na sinasabi nating overtime, pero Sipto kind of made the most out of the defensive side that they were put into. I mean, they weren't winning out the defensive rounds where we can kind of see them trying to go for the 50-50 gunfights. It started a little bit in the pistol round. We saw some sort of hope, pero nung dumating na sa mga buy rounds, hindi na sila nakapagsabay dahil sa aggression na naipakita nga ni Zeus at saka nitong si Marky, diba? Pero overall, if they can kind of smooth things through pagdating doon sa post plant or pagdating din doon sa ating attacking side, kasi ang dami mga times na nakakatch off guard sila sa mga setups ng Oasis, then it could be a cleaner attacking side for them, especially on a pro map where you're kind of expecting set plays everywhere. Minsan may magdo-double peek out doon sa may B main, minsan magugulat ka na lang may setup na pala yung kalaban mo on that A main position, which has honestly been the playbook for Oasis. Kahit nung hindi pa ito yung roster nila, mabilisan lang lagi mga set plays nila. You see it in maps like Pearl, you see it in maps like Lotus. Ngayon parang yung Pearl na yung naging Lotus para sa kanila, kung saan ito yung parang pinaka-komportable natin nakita yung game plan ng Oasis, which didn't really meet a lot of challenges considering that this is a Sipto roster that is in full form nga naman ngayon. So talagang it's not about Sipto playing bad, it was Oasis putting out their best playbook.
Absolutely. I mean, looking towards how Oasis played this was absolutely impeccable. But right now, I want to quick zoom out on both teams in the way that they defended these sites. Both teams really wanted to look for that aggressive angle all the time, regardless if it was Oasis, regardless if it was Sipto Esports. They really wanted to get that man advantage early, as in a map like Pearl, rotations are everything. Manpower is everything. And if you're not going to be able to hold down those sites, those entry points like Art and Mid properly, then it's going to be the one that destroys you. And I guess with how the outcome of of this match came out, Oasis Gaming was able to do that to a T and able to put Sipto down for the count, and they just drowned in the waves of Pearl as Oasis came out on top here. And let's see the highlights that are going to be coming out from this match. I mean, both teams performed exceptionally, but every fight, Ramon, that you noticed here was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, a trade left and right. There hasn't really been a fight wherein one person would just instantly kill everybody on the team. I mean, there's always a secured trade. There's always a stop to the bleeding. And that's exactly why this match was so good. But at the end of the day, the team play, the cohesion, just the confidence and the form of this Oasis roster at the moment was able to put a stop on the immovable object that is Sipto Esports.
Yeah, and it's almost like hindi pa nauubos yung mga pwede nilang maipakita pa dito. No? Parang nagugulat na lang tayo na may mga bago silang pinapakita, may mga bagong versions ng mga old plays na naipapakita nila dito. It's just the amount of time that they've invested into this roster, the amount of time that they've invested into trying to perfect how they're trying to play everything dito so far sa Pearl map nila. And not only that, their whole playbook is just gonna keep growing habang tumatagal lang yung Premier League. So it's a good showing for both teams. You know, despite the loss from Sipto, I know that they're gonna bounce back. I know that they're gonna use this as a learning experience. May mga times na may mga star-studded moments katulad nga ng mga clutches ni Pixie, katulad nga ng pag-anchor ni Hot Sauce. May mga lapses dito here and there sa mga decision-making na nakikita natin katulad ng rotation nila all the way to CT. This was just pure raw aim from Oasis. That also is a combination of being calm in the moment as well, and sometimes that's the best weapon. Sometimes it's not about how you aim, it's about how you approach every situation with a sound mind, and Oasis was able to demonstrate exactly that.
Absolutely, man. I mean, with the way that the mechanics were just displayed here on these highlights, it's no wonder why this match was as good as it was. I mean, look at this push by Ja. No fear, full-on confidence, taking out both duelists and not even stopping then. Stinger just taking out Slatham there, and honestly, with the way that this game was played, it was anyone's game at some point during the middle of the round. But eventually, Sipto just lost control of the reins, couldn't find the confidence that they needed, and it's all boiled down to whatever is happening on your screens. With Oasis Gaming taking that win, Tesseract closing things out, and having this scoreline on the scoreboard. Beautiful game being shown, and nothing less expected from both of these teams. But don't worry, guys. Sipto and Oasis are still going to be in the playoffs. So it leaves you with that question, viewer. Did Sipto lose this on purpose? Or did Oasis Gaming just force it out of them and it was actually playing both games really, really well?
I mean, of course, every competitor that we've had will uphold the highest of competitive integrity still. So it's kind of hard to believe that Sipto is just gonna throw away this game and what could have been an experience for them as a team, a way for them to practice out the strats as well, an opportunity for them to polish. So I don't believe it's gonna be that case. I think this was just Oasis Gaming just purely playing the game out of their minds. Just good ultis from Tesseract, a good starting duo that is Zeus and Marky that really made the difference in terms of the frontline offense for the side of Oasis Gaming. But overall, from everybody excelling on Oasis, one stands above the rest, and it will be Tesseract, the match MVP.
Absolutely. This guy, absolutely amazing. 262 average combat score. Tesseract was the one to really win out those games, and he even got the final kill to end the match. This guy has been stellar on the trades. Even on the defense, he knew exactly how his duelists wanted to play, giving them that information, playing those trades, having his positioning impeccable in the duels that his duelist takes. And that's just what gives him that match MVP. He's the fail-safe of the duelists, just leaving the confidence, not giving them any sort of room for fear. And that's exactly why he takes this cake. GG, well played here to Tesseract, as that was an absolute maniacal gameplay being shown there by Oasis Gaming. That was a match to be watched. So hopefully you guys were entertained as much as we were, Ramon. Grabe talaga yung play nila, mga kaibigan. Kasi makikita nyo, Itong dalawang to, napakalakas naman talaga nito. At syempre, hindi natin makakalimutan, kung gusto nyo maging kasing lakas nila, kailangan nyo ng monitor na katulad ng X34. As you conquer the curve, the Predator X34's infinity widescreen is your new battleground as you dive into the abyss, wreak havoc, and claim victory. Get the competitive edge available at Acer Predator concept stores, authorized resellers, and the Acer online store.
And if you want to master the game just like how Tesseract has mastered Valorant, then look no further than the Predator X39's expansive display. Every war is an epic, and every frame is harmony and hurts. Plunge into the abyss, unleash your destructive power, and reshape reality. You can get this at any Acer Predator concept stores, any authorized resellers, as well as your Acer online store as well. Shop now for the X39 as well as the X34 Predator monitors. These are top of the line, and I'm sure these will get you up to Radiant. Ayan, Bluey. That was one heck of a game, eh, no? At excited na din ako para sa susunod natin.
And that's it for the first match, but don't go anywhere as we're going to be seeing another grudge match coming up. It is going to be DLSU versus Olfu Ember Phoenix, but right before that, we're going to be taking a short break. Once again, this was Bluey and Ramon, and we'll see you guys for match number 2 in just a bit.